All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Mbali, can we start or must we allow 2 minutes for other colleagues to join?
Hi, Marily. Maybe we can start at 6:05. I think some people
Okay.
are still joining.
All in order, then we will start at 6:05. Thank you.
Thank you, Em.
Good evening, team, and most of all, good evening to our prospective students, and welcome. My name is Marley van Wyk, and I am the program leader for the Postgraduate Diploma in Management at the NWU Business School. It's a privilege to be with you here this evening, and I am here to introduce a program that I believe is not only timely, but transformative. It's designed to equip professionals like you to lead with impact across Africa. And on that note, I would like to welcome here with us this evening one of our PGDip alumni students, Mr. Puzo Mutidi. He's also currently an MBA student here with us. Puzo, welcome. And thank you for being here this evening to share your insights and your experiences you had with the postgraduate diploma last year when you were enrolled in the program.
Happy. Thank you so much, and good evening all. I see my camera is blocked, so I'll just leave it and continue. May I please share from my side, Marlene?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Perfect.
Yeah, there you go. Much better. Thank you so much, and good evening, all of us. My name is Puso Mutidi. As Maril has already introduced me, I'm the PGDip alumni, and I'm currently busy with my MBA. I'll be touching on a few pointers, and I won't be long, so we can give time for your questions and before we get into the technical aspect of this program. By profession, I'm a risk management professional with over 14 years experience in enterprise risk, internal audit, combined assurance, short-term insurance, information security, and regulatory compliance. And I have actually done a stint in traveling in Africa. So I am well-rounded in terms of the GRC space. Seem to have jumped. So the PGDip key learnings actually it's an interactive learning experience. You get taught different learning styles and thinking and communication. It's based on real case studies. You taught the theory, the abstracts, and how to apply those into your day-to-day life. And what I learned from this program, I was able to dissect some of the business challenges using the different frameworks that you are being taught. You will need a little bit of resilience, and you need to know how to juggle some of the deadlines and be able to work under pressure. I know most of us like saying we work under pressure, so that will be put to the test. So it's not just a degree, it is basically a masterclass in unlocking your potential and actually prepares you for the next journey of your life, which likely will be MBA. And yes, it is a roller coaster of inspiration. And actually, that is why last year when I was doing my PGDip, I got encouraged by the lecturers how they brought different case studies into the real life and the experience that I learned from most of my classmates. There is a lot of support that you'll get. There is work, life, and study balance. And actually, towards the end of the PGDip last year, I was one of the people that was ready to say, I'm ready for the next level. So far, yes, it has showed I could lead with innovation and dream bigger. And that's why actually PGD pushed me into the MBA and to dive deeper into my strategic leadership. So as I said, the PGDip is actually a prep, it's a boot camp. It is built on rock solid foundation around areas of finance, operation, corporate governance, management, critical thinking, and communication skills. You'll be working a lot in your groups. That's why we say it's a collaborative effort. And yes, you'll get to attend some of the most wonderful networking sessions that we do get invited from time to time. So it's not only about academics, it's about building confidence to be able to have those high stake discussions. And as I said, it is one step into your next program into MBA. And while you're at it, please have fun. There are lots of fun and activities that you will be exposed to. So that's why last year we actually came with a concept to say it's all work, fun, and games. And yeah, so in terms of networking, this is when now you need to start building your base of your networking people, and pretty much some of the students like myself that have been part of this program And you need to start working around your career to say, how are you going to use this PDG program to unlock your potential and build a powerhouse and have a clear career aspirations and career path, which is something that I'm actually quite big on. And as always, we say learning is a process. It is not an event. Yeah, well, there, thank you so much. We'll keep in touch via LinkedIn. I'm not sure if there are any questions that you may need clarity on. Thanks so much, team.
Thanks so much, Puzo. We are very grateful that you were one of our students. You were one of our best students. We are proud to say, and we wish you well on your MBA journey. I see Dr. Khadi has his hand up. Dr. Khadi? Dr. Khadi?
Dr. Khadi, you can unmute your mic.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, it was muted. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Puso, thank you so much for sharing with us your learnings. And I just want to find from you, when you began, what were your fears? And were those fears managed as you finished your qualification at the, I think at the record time, I suppose?
Correct. There were not a lot of fears from the beginning. I think most of the learning outcomes and expectation were clearly set on the first day. And actually, we were the first group that actually surprised the Northwest Business School because we got there on the first day and it looked like it was a matric reunion because we seemed to have known everyone, but it was the first time we ever met. And that's how we actually bonded throughout the program. And even now, some of them, we are still friends with them. Yeah, so everything was actually just cleared, and yes, expectation were met in the end. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Puzo. Does anyone else on the floor have a question for Puzo? I don't see any other hands. Puzo, thank you very much for sharing your experiences that you had with the PGDip program, and we wish you well on your MBA journey as you continue. Right, team, I would like to continue and just introduce our team that we have. We have Miss Puleng, which is our senior administrator, and then we have Hope. Hope, if you can just switch on your camera. Hope and Miss Wendy Smith and Miss Salima Motsamai, they are our program assistants, and there we have them, there we see them. Thank you for joining us. This is a wonderful team, and they're really the heartbeat of the program. We're very fortunate, and I see we have the privilege to have some of our academic colleagues share with us this evening as well, so thank you very much for joining. And then I would like just to talk a little bit about the business school. So the NWU Business School has a very rich legacy dating back to the 1960s. But since 2018, we've positioned ourselves as a business school for societal impact. And this means that we go beyond technical skills. We shape leaders who think deeply, who act ethically, and who drives real change in their environment. Our vision is simple but powerful. We shape executive minds in Africa. So why does our strategic identity matter so much? Well, it's because leadership today requires much more than just expertise. It demands relevance, empathy, and courage. And at the NWU Business School, we prepare students to lead in the real world using systems thinking and grounded ethical frameworks. Our curriculum is aligned with global standards like AACSB and BGA, but it is always rooted in African realities. So this is an overview of the program that you will have. It has a minimum duration of 1 year with a maximum of 2. And these are the core modules you will have in your program. And to make it easier to understand, these would be your first semester modules and your second semester modules. And you will note that you will have 2 electives to choose from in your second semester. which would be either information management, labor relations, new venture creation, and where is the other one? Let me just quickly show you the other one. And project management. So these are the electives that you can choose from for your second semester, and you only choose 2 of those electives for your second semester. So the mode of delivery, you can either opt for the full-time cohort, where you will have weekly contact sessions, or for the part-time cohort, where you will have virtual and/or contact sessions on Saturdays. Or for those who are working, you can opt for the distance sessions, and there you will have weekly virtual sessions. Okay, so our student profile, this year we are very fortunate, and we are proud to say that we have more than 1,400 PGDip students, and they come from sectors like education, the public sector, mining, finance, and tech. So this really means your classroom will be rich with insight and diversity. And as you now heard, peer learning is one of the strongest aspects of this program. So for your admission requirements, you will need a bachelor's degree or an advanced diploma at an NQF level 7 with at least 60% average or 2 years of working experience. And you will need to have computer literacy and as well internet access. Students who did not meet these requirements could have applied for the RPL route, but that process has closed on the 31st of July. Your tuition fees for the distance cohorts for all 10 modules would be about 37,000 Rand, and for part-time and full-time around 55,000 Rand. What are our unique features? What sets us apart? So to start with, we are accredited by BGA and AABS, as well as AACSB, which is international accreditation bodies. And ethics and sustainability is integrated in all our modules. And you'll engage in real-life projects and applied research. Our alumni span sectors from public service to entrepreneurship, and our faculty combines academic and industry experience. So if you're excited to join us, please note that our applications close on the 30th of September, and there's an email address for you in there that you can use if you would like to correspond or inquire about anything that you are uncertain of. And I would like now to hand over to Hope to explain to the prospective students who already received conditional offers and final offers how they must go about now with their next steps. Hope, over to you.
Thank you, Marilee. Thank you everyone for joining us this evening. So I would just like to mention to those who have already received their offer, you will first receive a conditional offer, which you then have to accept or decline, hopefully accept, on the application portal where you applied. Once you have accepted your conditional offer, you have to then navigate to a section where it says Manage Documents. Under Manage Documents, you will find a form that is written Financial Undertaking. You need to download that financial undertaking form, fill it in, and then resubmit it where the managed documents section is. There will be an empty spot for additional documents, so you can just upload it there. Once you have done so, then the admissions team will send you your final offer. Then you'll be able to accept your final offer, and then you'll be done with the process, meaning that you'll just be waiting for information regarding your registration, and that information will only be available end of the year, around November or so. Thank you, Marilee. That's all from my side.
Thank you very much, Hope. I appreciate. Okay, so at the NWU Business School, we believe education should build more than careers. And you know, I heard that from our alumni. It should build communities and a better continent. We are looking for students who want to lead with integrity, who care about impact, and who are most certainly ready to grow. So thank you for your time tonight. We look forward to welcoming you into our community. The team is at hand. If you have any questions for us, you are free to just raise your hand. Yes. Mr. Ndlovu or Miss Ndlovu? Oh, and disappeared. Any other questions? Yes, Felicia.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Very well, thanks. And how are you?
I'm good. Okay, my name is Felicia. I'm doing my final year at Northwest University. So I applied for postgraduate diploma in management when as my second choice the time I was applying for my honors. So my question is, with the postgraduate diploma in management, do I qualify to do masters after obtaining the qualification?
There you will have to read the yearbook, because there depends on what each faculty decides. So you will have to peruse the yearbook and decide where you would like to continue with your masters and see if they recognize the PGDip in management. But if you would like to proceed with your MBA, which is also a master's in business administration, you can always apply for that after you did your PGDip. So I'm not sure which route you would like to follow. Is it the master's in business administration, or is it a master's at a different faculty or school?
Okay, because I was doing bachelor degree the psychology and social sciences. So I applied for postgraduate diploma in management, but I haven't received any reply or anything from you guys. But I'll just wait.
Yeah, just make sure we have all your documents at hand. Mbali, I think you would like to say something on that note.
Yes, thanks, Marily. Felicia, I just want to ask, did you apply for the honors at your faculty that follows the degree that you're studying, as well as the PGDM, or did you just apply for the PGDip?
I applied for the honors and as my first choice, and I applied for postgrad diploma in management as my second choice.
Okay, chances are the application is still with the faculty where you applied, and we will only be able to process your application once that faculty confirms whether or not they accept or decline you. So that might be one of two reasons why we have not yet received your application or processed your application on the system. It is probably awaiting for the faculty. I assume now it will be Faculty of Humanities or it will be FEMS that still needs to accept or decline your honors application. Then it will be rerouted to us. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. So is it possible for me to apply like from straight to you guys, like send my application directly to you?
I think you would have to contact the admissions department, and they would have to change it on the system to make the PGDip your first option so that the application gets routed to us. I will post the contact details for the admission department on the chat. If anyone else is struggling on the application portal, that will be the contact details that you use to check what is happening. Queries that we have been receiving are queries such as someone not being able to verify their identity, saying that your ID already exists on the system. We can't assist with that. So I will post contact details for the admissions department. Prospective students, please note these contact details are only to be used if you are struggling with submitting your online application. Thanks, Marily.
Thanks for the clarification on that, Mbali. Much appreciated. Peter, I see your hand.
Yes, good evening, colleagues. Mbali, please, I take note of your response on the chat box. I did send an email with my app number. But I've got a follow-up question, or I've got this question. Will this have an effect on one's application if one has applied already and then one hasn't really graduated for his bachelor's degree? But in the application, you've only submitted a final state academic transcript. Is it the academic transcript sufficient at this point, or would one be needed to maybe submit or attach a completion letter from the institution that one was studying with?
Hi, Mbali. It's Hope here. I'll answer the question. To answer your question, if you are still busy with your undergraduate qualification or the qualification that will grant you access into the PGDip, you do need to supply your results, the ones that you currently have. Let's say you're doing your degree, then your second year results will do. That will only then give you access to a conditional offer awaiting final results. Once you do receive your final results, then you have to then upload them on the system. Then only then can you get your final offer. Does that answer your question?
Oh, yes, it does
Mm.
answer my question, because in my case, I did apply with the final academic transcript or final results. So yeah, but I haven't graduated, so I haven't got the certificate as yet. But I did apply with the final academic transcript.
Does your final results show a graduation date? Because if it does, then you can be accepted into the postgraduate diploma. But if there is no completion date, then unfortunately we will have to wait for your certificate.
No, it does not. It does not show the graduation date. However, I've got another additional document that I was wondering if I should also submit, which is a confirmation from the institution under the name of a completion letter, to say
Unfortunately, it won't assist because your results don't show that you've completed. If your results, your academic record needs to state
they
that
do.
you have completed your academic record.
They do. Yes, my academic record do indicate that I've
That you've
completed the
completed, and it
qualification.
also includes a graduation date.
No, only not the graduation date.
We need
It's
either
it's
an
only
academic record with the completion date and the graduation date, or academic record as well as your copy of the certificate that you will be receiving.
all right. No, thank you.
No problem.
Hope, may I come in?
Okay.
Peter is internal and works for the NWU. So I think, Peter, what we can do is tomorrow when we're at the office, Hope and I will just dial you on Teams to just chat about those documents that are outstanding. In the interest of time, colleagues, because I see we do have a couple of questions lined up. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll appreciate it.
Thank you, team. Tsepo, your hand is up next.
Yeah, thank you.
Good evening.
I've got a question for Puso, if he's still on the call.
Yes, I see he is still here.
Okay, so Puso, I just wanted to find out from you. You said you did your PGDip with the university. First question: were you when you did your PGDip, were you a full-time employee on the site or a full-time student? And a follow-up question on that: what was your time investment in terms of your studies on a weekly basis? Like, for how many hours did you study per week? Just to give me an idea of what to expect.
So I was a full-time employee and I was doing the part-time, and that mostly was offered on Saturdays. Should we have any overlap, so we are not done with a specific study unit, then we had an advantage to say we can request for a class during the week. In terms of timing and preparing, what will help you most after the session, just go through the material and start planning for the next class, which is going to probably be the next Saturday. So you'll have a Saturday in between to prepare for the next class. Hope that answers you.
Yeah, partially. I just wanted to maybe find out if you had if you know on a weekly basis how many hours did you spend studying?
Probably more than 10. Remember, with us, it was issued per block. So we had 4 blocks, not a semester like we do now at the MBA. So the first 3 months, it was general management, corporate governance. That gives enough time. So the 10 hours that we need to put in was more sufficient for us. Then the second, I would say from April until June, then you do the other modules. Then you'll have a nice, beautiful recess. then come back
Oh,
in July, and then start the 2 or 3 modules, and then you do your electives towards December.
okay. All right. Thanks. That's helpful.
And
Thank
probably
you.
just maybe to add on to that, it is doable, and I would appreciate and encourage everyone who is embarking on this program, rather just do it for 1 year, you'll be able to complete it in time.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the question. Thank you, Puzo. I see Loving Love Darling, your hand is up next. Good evening. Oh, we're struggling to hear you. I think we must move on to the next one for the interest of time. Bandile and Nkosi.
Evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yes, yeah. So I applied and I was accepted, I think, in 2022, yeah, for the 2023 year. However, I did not pay my registration fees. So what happens now? Do I have to reapply and remotivate and everything, or yeah, what should I happen? Yes.
Did you finish your course?
No. When I applied, I was accepted. However, I didn't pay for registration. I didn't start
Okay. I'm
studying.
going to hand over to the team. I think Hope should take this one.
Yeah. Okay.
You will have to reapply since you did not register. So you need to reapply on the system, and then we will re-evaluate your application, and hopefully all goes well. But I think it should. If you qualified then you should qualify now.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks so much. Loving Love Darling, let's try again. Maybe if you can just unmute and speak. Let's see if we can hear you this time around. Good evening.
Oh,
I know we still can't hear. Tamaga,
No.
I hope I pronounced that correctly. You can just unmute.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, it's correct. Can I ask you a question, right?
Yes.
I applied and I've been accepted and offered a conditional offer and accepted the offer. But my worry is like, is it possible to complete the degree within 1 year if I decide to do it part-time?
Look, if it was easy, everyone would be able to do it. So it is a tough course, but it's doable because so many other students have done it before. So in view of that, you can just take note. If so many students manage to complete it, and maybe Puzo can come in here as well, it's daunting when you start, but just remind yourself, if this was easy, everyone would walk around with a postgraduate diploma in management. So it must be challenging, but it's definitely doable. But you need to commit.
Yes, I was just asking, is it possible to do it 1 year as a part-time
Yes.
student?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right.
Definitely is.
Thank
Marco, I see your hand. Marco, I see your hand is up next.
Hi, Marily, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Marily, you're speaking to Marco. So I've studied engineering. I completed my
Yes.
engineering degree, and then afterwards I completed my master's degree. I'm currently I have now 6 years experience, working as an engineer. My big question is, would it be worth my while doing the PGDip, the post diploma, or should I rather aim high and go for the MBA?
Well, I'm going to be frank with you. Your NQF levels justifies you to apply for your MBA directly. But the PGDip gives you a very good solid grounding, and your Puzo can also come in. So it really it sets the scene for you going into MBA. So it depends on what type of working experience you have. Do you have the type of working experience that speaks to the modalities that we are going to be presenting more or less in the program? Because if you are lacking in those areas, I would advise you to do the postgraduate diploma before you go for the MBA. But because you already have a degree, you meet the requirements of an MBA, and you might try to enroll for that as well.
Yes. No, wonderful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Lebohang, I see your hands up next. Lebogang, sorry, I apologize.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, my name is Lebogang Sechwaro. I do have a Master's of Nursing degree. I would like to do postgrad diploma in management because I'm actually working as a manager. So I believe the course will come handy in terms of the management, enriching my skills. But my question is around the issue. I know with most of the postgraduate diploma, the university do offer bursaries for students for postgraduate qualifications. But my question is around, with regard to this course, is there any financial assistance that can student benefit from to enroll for the course? Because believe it or not, the registration and the cost for tuition are very high. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your question, Mbali. I apologize. I just noted your hand. I just want to quickly give to Hope because she usually speaks to the bursaries, and then I'm going to hand over to you, Mbali. Hope?
Marley, I lost connection there. Can you just repeat what the applicant said?
They just would like to know if there are bursaries that they can apply for the PGDip program.
All right. If you are interested in bursaries, you can just head over to, I'll post a link in the chat, where our finance department has a site where they list the bursaries that are available for postgraduate studies. But with the business school, we do offer funding, but that's only for students who are enrolled based on their grades. If they're really doing well, then we do offer what you call bursaries. Yes, we do offer bursaries, but that is dependent on the marks, their mid-year marks, basically.
Lebogang, I hope that answers your question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So, Mr. Ndlovu, I see. Oh, just apologies. Mbali, your hand was up. I suspect you wanted to add on to something.
Yes, thank you so much, Marilyn.
Sorry.
Two things. In terms of bursaries, prospective students, I just want to highlight that the bursaries that Hope alluded to at the Northwest University Business School are not a full bursary, number one. Number two, that bursary is based on whether or not, as a school, we do have funding available to grant our students bursaries. So it really is a rigorous process where we look at your marks, we look at your financial need. So it's not to say that when we look at your salary, for example, you cannot we analyze very thoroughly in terms of that. So we don't just give out bursaries to anyone. It is an application that goes through to the bursary committee. And at that committee, they analyze your financial need, they analyze your grades. It is really a rigorous process. So, and it's not guaranteed. Like I said earlier, it is only offered when we do have some funds available for us to give our students bursaries. Then I would like to address a comment in the comment section from John Dire. He is asking, for an individual working in the teaching profession, which mode of enrollment, part-time or full-time, would be most suitable? Prospective students, we've got three modes of delivery. First mode of delivery is full-time. Those are students that are able to come to us in Potchefstroom from Tuesdays to Thursdays to attend their classes. So those are people who are not working. They are typically currently doing their final year and are expected to come to class during the week during working hours. Part-time students are the students who usually are working. Those are the students that we meet at the beginning of the semester for a study school, which is about 2 to 3 days. And then after that, they have their classes every Saturday. So on a Saturday from 8 until 4, you will have your 5 modules that will be presented online. Those classes precede the study school. So we will have a study school for 2 to 3 days at the beginning of the semester, and then every Saturday you will have classes via Microsoft Teams. Our third mode of delivery is distance learning. Those students are the students we only chat to virtually. We only meet them at graduation. Distance mode of delivery, they have classes every second week during the week in the evenings. So those are the students that are situated all over the world that we really just engage with via email, via Microsoft Teams, and then we only get to meet them at graduation. John then asked, he is a teacher. So if you are a teacher working full-time Monday to Friday, and you are in close proximity to Mahikeng or to Potchefstroom, I would advise you to apply for the part-time mode of delivery. I say I would advise you to go for that one for one reason. The fact that we have the study school at the beginning of the semester is a benefit to you because that's where you get to meet your classmates, that's where you get to form your syndicate groups, and that's where you get to network with other students. That's number one. Number two, during the study schools, we will bring a range of guest speakers that really come to speak to how to survive the world of working while studying while working, and who will give you life tips on how to be the leader that you are destined to be. So if you are close to Potchefstroom or close to Mahikeng and you work full time, I would advise you to apply for the part-time mode of delivery. If you're in other provinces and can't really travel once per semester to Potch or to Mahikeng, then apply for the distance mode of delivery. Thanks, Nareli.
Thanks for that, Mbali. Mr. Ndlovu?
Good evening, everyone.
Mr. Good evening.
Yes, my question is quite aligned to the previous question that was based by Lebogang. Given that most of us who actually applied and have already been accepted to the program are freshly from the Faculty of Firms, I would like to know how is going to be the business school going to help us by funding us or maybe by coming up with a method of meeting us halfway. Secondly, I would like to know how are the possibilities after completing the PGDip, postgraduate diploma, and the likelihood of being admitted to the MBA. Thank you.
Mbali, I'm going to take the second one and you can talk to the first one regarding the finances. The second question is, will you be allowed to enter into the MBA program after your PGDip? Well, that's totally dependent on you because it's dependent on the marks that you achieve and if you meet the requirements that you need to meet for the MBA. Those requirements are clearly in the yearbook. So if you meet those requirements and you go through your interview process, there's a good chance that you will be accepted in the MBA program. I hope that answers the question with regards to the MBA. Mbali, I'm going to give over to you regarding the finance question. It's more or less the same as Lebohang's.
Thank you. Thank you, Marily. Colleagues, I just want to mention that if you are currently in final year and you are considering doing the PGDM, yes, you will be accepted for the PGDM. However, for the MBA or in order for you to advance to the MBA, we need relevant work experience and preferably on a managerial level. So you can have 10 years work experience and 3 years managerial experience, then we will consider you for the MBA. However, if you are starting out with your career, then we do not advise you to do the MBA immediately after the PGDip question. Then I just want to understand, Mr. Ndlovu, you said something along the lines of how will we assist students in terms of funding? Can you maybe speak to a direct issue? I am not sure I got it quite correctly.
Okay, let me try and allude to it again. I'm saying that we are freshly graduates from the Faculty of Firms, now intending to go towards the business school. I would like to know, is there any funds that actually are allocated to those deserving students that already have been admitted to the program? Because for myself, I am already have been accepted. I've got my final offer and I've accepted it. But now, given now the financial constraints, is there any funding that actually are set aside to help those students that actually quite in financial need?
Unfortunately, not when you are not a registered student of the business school. So how it works is our bursary fund usually opens around June month, July, once we have your first semester results. And then we grant bursaries based on that. However, in order for us to analyze your marks come June or July, you would have had to register in January and have completed the first 5 modules of the first semester, meaning then that we will not be able to assist with any registration fees. I know Hope said that she will share a link for the bursary page. The NWU does have funding for postgraduate studies for honors level or NQF level 8 level up to PhD. However, I want to emphasize the fact that as the business school, we do not have access to that bursary fund. That is an agreement that you have purely with the NWU. There is a certain criteria that you need to qualify for in order for you to get that bursary. As a school, we unfortunately cannot help anyone with registration fees in January. As a school, we also don't have control over that NWU bursary available. I think the link is on the chat. Hope did post it at 1844. Please click on that link and go read what the NWU bursary office says regarding funding for postgraduate studies. I hope that answers your question.
It does answer my question. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that, Mbali. Let's try again. Love, darling, loving. If you unmute, if we can hear you now.
Good evening, Marilee. I don't know if I'm audible now.
Good evening. Yes, you are now. We can hear you.
Finally. I wanted to check now. I received my final offer letter as well as the fee quotation for next year. But on the fee quotation, they didn't include the the 4 elective modules that I saw in your presentation. So I don't know, will I be receiving another code, or maybe after I register the elective modules will be included on the code. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. I'm going to hand that one to Hope.
Regarding the fees, as far as I know, the fees for 2026 are not yet available. They should be available from the end of the year, which is around November. And then the electives, there are 4 electives, but students are only required to complete only 2. So yeah, your quotation requires those at least 2 electives. So I think you can send us an email. I'll just drop the email in the chat box, and we will follow up regarding your quotation on what's going on. I'll just send the email in the chat. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Hope. Thank you.
Thank you, team. Mr. Nglovo, I suspect it is an old hand. I'm going to move to Namla. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Namhla.
Thank you for that.
No, it's fine. I joined the session a bit late, so I'm not sure if I'll be asking something that was covered already. But then again, let me ask: is there my background degree is in public administration, so I don't know if there's a particular background that is preferred, or what is your selection criteria, basically? I'm sure you covered it. I don't know, but apologies if I'm repeating the question.
No, you're welcome. You need to have a degree at an NQF level 7. So it's really dependent on what you would like to do with the qualification. If you would like to be in management, then you apply for the PGDip in management to set the stone for you if you would like to proceed specifically now to your MBA. So we don't require a specific background. So it's dependent on where you would like to go, as long as you have a degree at an NQF level 7, or you have at least, with an average of 60%, important, or you have at least 2 years experience. Preferably managerial experience, but if you do not have managerial experience, we look at what type of experience you have. I hope that answers your question.
It does. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Tamaga, see your hands up third.
Hi.
Yes, good evening.
Can you talk about like the job opportunities about the degree?
The job opportunities. Oh, the list goes on and on, because you can go anywhere in management. But it goes further than this. It really goes further than this. Remember, not all, and we actually had a guest speaker at our last study school who said, you can be a very successful businessman, but a very poor leader, or the other way around. So we're really trying to shape those leadership skills going forward. So it's going to benefit you no matter where you're going to go in the world.
Okay.
Okay, but this is for corporate. This is for a corporate setting. Yes.
For corporate, all right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Perfect. Puti, I see your hands up second.
Good evening.
Yes. Good evening.
Yes, sorry, mine it's a different one. First of all, let me say I only learned today that you guys, University of Northwest, ranks amongst top 10 in the country. For me, it's a wow. My question is, does your business school recognize top performance and offer rebates, incentives? Does it come in monetary form or through other means such as scholarships, grants, or exclusive opportunities? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mbali, I'm going to let you take this one.
Kuti, are you trying to tell us that are going to graduate top of your class?
Why not?
That is a good attitude to have, and you're the exact type of student that we are looking for at the school. So the university usually gives, I think it is an amount of 5,000 Rand, I speak under correction, to students who graduate with distinction at the end of their studies. That amount, however, is loaded onto your student account. So let's say, for example, you enroll for PGDip in 2026 and you graduate cum laude come the end of 2026. The university then will give you an amount of 5,000 Rand. That amount, like I said, I speak under correction. Last time I checked, it was 5,000 Rand. It gets loaded onto your student account. So let's say, for example, you proceed with your MBA, then that 5,000 Rand can go towards your MBA fees. Should you not continue with your MBA, then you are able to request for that money to be paid out to you. The exact processes of how that is done, it is a finance it's a finance matter. Finance is the one that handles it, especially when coming to the withdrawal of the funds that are remaining in your student account. I hope I answer your question.
Happiness. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Mbali. Modibe Ernst, I see your hands up second. Modibe Ernst.
Thank you very much. I also
There we go.
joined the session very late. Last year, I was accepted into the program, but unfortunately, I couldn't register due to financial constraints. So I want to know this year, do I have to reapply again or?
Yes, please.
Do I have to reapply again?
Yes, please, to get you back into the system.
Okay, and a second question. I have a keen interest into pursuing into the MBA program, but what are the provisions if you don't have like the required managerial experience?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. I see we actually do have the program leader for the MBA program in this session, but I'm going to take this one in Bali if you don't mind. You need managerial experience for you to enter the MBA program. So if you do not meet that specific requirement, you will have to continue working because that's what they build on. Bali, you would like to maybe elaborate on this one?
Yes, please. Thank you, Marily. Colleagues, I want to emphasize the fact that at MBA level, we really look at people who are managing real life situations within the workplace, people who need to solve complex challenges within the workplace. So if you do not have managerial experience, you will struggle to apply some of the concepts within the program. So at MBA level, we give you scenarios of what is happening in the workplace and you get to solve those problems from a managerial perspective. So if you do not have managerial experience, you are most likely going to struggle or find it difficult to complete your MBA program. Secondly, we have people enrolled in the program who have been managers for a long time. So we try our best to find other people that will match and be of this on the same level, if that makes sense, because you do a lot of group work and a lot of collaborative work. So you will expect it to solve a challenge where For example, in organizational behavior, they will ask you about a conflict situation within your team. You should be able to apply your work experience with the knowledge that you will be taught in that module, for example. So if you do not have managerial experience, I would really advise you to get the managerial experience, and then come back for the MBA, for the reasons that the challenges that we solve at MBA level are really challenges that require managers to be able to solve them.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thanks for that. Bali, Philadelphia, I see your hands up second.
Hi, everyone. I would have loved Prof. Kaiser to answer this question, because you have instances whereby a person does not necessarily work in an organization, but they manage their own business.
I would just also like to highlight, sorry, Phil, for this. This is also our lecturer for general management. So thank you for being here this evening. And she is also an MBA alumni of ours way back, but she also did the degree. Thank you, Phil, for that. But I think the crux of the matter is when you proceed to the MBA, your managerial experience is crucial. Yeah, we give the foundation and it makes sense with the working experience that you might have. But going forward, you really do need that managerial exposure. All right. Mr. Ndlovu? Sorry, Phil, did you want to add something further to that?
No, I was just trying to hold my hand, to lower my hand, so you just spoke just as I was lowering.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for that, Phil. Mr. Ndlovu?
Okay, thank you, esteemed colleague. I would like to understand something, because I'm seeing some similarities on the prescribed modules with my undergrad modules. How are they going to be accredited, or what's going to be their recognition based on my PGDM?
Okay, so for that, we do have module recognitions, but for that, you need to send through your academic record, and we need the module outcomes of that specific module or modules that you would like to receive recognition for. And we need to ascertain whether that specific module outcomes of those modules that you completed are not only on the same NQF level, but also speaks to the same module outcomes that we are trying to teach. Because if the module outcomes of that specific module is not aligned with our module outcomes and our specific module that we are presenting, we cannot give you recognition for that. So there is a process that you can follow for that, but we have to do our due diligence and make sure that you tick all the boxes when it comes to that. Does that clarify your question?
Yes, thank you.
Perfect. Okay, I think Nambla, I think this is an old hand that is still up. Are there any other questions? I did not keep track of the chat. I think the team has attended to that. Team, is there anything else from your side that you would like to raise? Lebogang, I see you raise your hand again.
Thank you, ma'am. My last question will be on if a student has chosen to study via online, is distance, ne? Yes. Via distance, and later on the student decide to say, this won't work for me. I rather choose contact, depending. Is there flexibility for one to choose to say, this mode is not working for me, I rather change, and when can the change be effected? Thank you very much.
There is definitely an opportunity for that, but it ends very early in the semester because there's a cost implication, and also it has a great impact on the system. So you do have the opportunity to change your cohorts, but it's very for a short span. Salima or Hope, can you just maybe verify the timeline in that regard, please?
Marley, yes, students are able to change cohorts, but that's only at the beginning of the year, meaning that within, let's say, 2 weeks into your studies and you would like to change, then it's still fine, you can do that. But then later on in the year, let's say in the middle of the year, let's say you want to change, then unfortunately that will not be available. You're only able to change your mode of delivery at the beginning of each year. So if you are completing your PGDip, let's say you're completing it over 2 years, let's say you have 5 modules in the first year and another 5 in the next year, and you're registered for, let's say in the first year you're registered for distance and you want to change to part-time, that change can only be done in the second year at the beginning of the year. In the middle of the year, unfortunately, the change is not there. You won't be able to make changes then. I hope I answer your question, Lebogang.
I'm sorted, ma'am. Thank you very much.
All right,
Thank you so much for that. Mr. Ndlovu?
I think that's an old hand, I think.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right. I don't see any more hands on my side. So prospective students, thank you very much for joining us. We are very excited to welcoming you to this community. It's a live community, it's a dynamic community, and Puzo just attested to the networking opportunities that arises from this program and also pursuing MBAs. So we really thank you for your time. Team, thank you very much for your assistance behind the scenes. I hope you all have a wonderful evening if there are no further questions. We will stay online for a couple of minutes for those who still do have questions. For the rest, hope you have a good evening and we hope to see your applications coming soon. Good night.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.